Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and here we go with the first real review of the updates. Star-Lord's new uniform. We're still rocking him at tier 3, level 70. Do not worry, we'll be going to level 80 in this video, but I wanted to cover what I like and what I don't like about this new uniform, and so we'll... Oh, I got stunned. That's really annoying. I was really close to squeezing that in, but that's okay. We're just going to go ahead and start it up again. Now his rotation is very easy. He's very proc friendly, much more so than before. So that is definitely something that I think a lot of people will enjoy. We skipped the second cage, which is really nice. But yeah, he has a very long fourth skill. So you just want to let that play out and then cancel 3 and 5 into 4. So it's just a 3 cancel 5 cancel 4 proc or a 5 cancel 3 cancel 4 proc. Doesn't matter if you start with 5 or 3. It only matters if you think you're going to get guard broken right at the beginning. Then you do want to open with 3 because it does have guard break. Now I am playing him in a proc friendly way, even though I'm using him with a CTP of rage. So you can consider his performance here with a rage. He'll go even faster with CTP of energy or something like that. That can enhance his chain hit damage. I don't think a CTP of destruction is really going to work because it's going to, first of all, need to be mighty by default. Second of all, Star-Lord has short enough cooldowns to where you don't really have an opportunity to move around and run around to charge up the strike proc. The third reason why I don't think a destruction CTP is good for Star-Lord is because he already has 40% ignore dodge. Generally, we recommend those CTPs to characters who don't have any ignore dodge and they need that strike proc. Let's go ahead and push him out of that animation and then put him into the dragon phase. Very nice here. Almost skipped the dragon phase. Not quite. But pretty good. I'd say pretty good for a stage 34. This is the double support with the CTP of Rage, but I think this is quite nice. So yeah, anyways, for all of those reasons, plus the fact that he has invincibility, so he doesn't get guard broken very much, I don't think a Mighty Destruction would be good. So I would say an Energy or a Rage is really what you'd be looking to use with Star-Lord. He has guaranteed crit rate, so he makes very good use of the Rage. It does not take very long to proc. He also has guaranteed dodge now, on top of a 20% heal, so he doesn't get he doesn't take that much damage. As you can see here, he could tank, like he tanks pretty well, to be honest. He tanks pretty well. Almost like it's not bad. It's not bad. I do have very tanky cards, but he does a pretty good job tanking that, and he gets it done with about half the time to spare. But to be honest with you guys, after Sharon Rogers, after Blue Dragon, Magneto, Professor X, there's really there's not a lot of places to use Star-Lord, and B, I'm just not that impressed with him in PvE content. The reason why I say there's not many places to use Star-Lord is that unlike Magneto, unlike Professor X, he's not a mutant, right? So he's not available for those mutant stages specifically, stages like this, okay? But he's also not a human, so you also can't use him on any human stages. Now, unfortunately, if you take a look at his passives or his abilities, 2 of his abilities are very rarely used. I mean, the Guardians of the Galaxy ability has never been used for World Boss thus far, and the Command ability is only used on one very high stage of Mephisto, and usually people either use Storm or they use Captain America to clear that stage. The Weapons Master is used a couple times, but we already have quite a few options for that, including Moon Knight. So yeah, Alien Blast Male Hero just does not have a lot of intersection. A lot of times Alien gets paired with Universal for World Boss restrictions, and of course Star-Lord is not available for that. So let's go over the build here real quick. We've got a bunch of 5-star and 6-star Uru. We've got a couple of Odin's Blessings because I needed to cap his ignore defense, believe it or not. That's what everything looks like. I know my cooldown is under capped by 0.08%, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Rank 4 type enhancement, stage 12 Power of Angry Hulk, CTP of Rage, as I mentioned before, and then the uniform at Mythic. The uniform options, we've come to expect them to be shit for all characters. We got Doctor Doom, Riri, Scream, Infinity Ultron, and Chavez. This is one of the best uniform options we've seen in such a long time, because there are no terrible uniforms from 5 years ago. There are no uniforms that have just recently been replaced. Like all these uniforms are the character's best uniform to begin with, and you know, these are from last year. This is from last year, late last year. This is from late last year, and this is the only old one, which is probably the most like, this one will be replaced the soonest, but it's still going to be a long time for Doctor Doom to get replaced, because we know he's not going to get a tier 4 soon, because it's Doctor Doom. So yeah, great optionals in my opinion. Very good set here, but yeah, I'm not really seeing the potential in Star-Lord. And the thing that's interesting or sort of tricky about it, like I said, he has guaranteed crit rate. He also has ignored dodge. He also has guaranteed dodge and chain hit. So he has a lot of different buffs affecting him. And the guaranteed dodge plus the healing plus the extra healing on his tier 4 means that I think they're trying to set him up as kind of like a hybrid character, potentially PvE and PvP. But I'm not quite seeing it. There's no ignore iframe. There's no really meta effects on his abilities to make him PvP. The only thing I can really say is he has very long iframes. Like if you take a look at his 4th skill, this is the skill that you end the combo on, right? So if you can imagine the combo starts and then you're doing the 4th skill, look at how long this skill is. This one skill. Look at that. He's still going. There, he finally finished. There's 2 iframes and a pause in that one skill. So yeah, that's sort of how it shakes out right now for Star-Lord. I feel like he has a bad combination of like type, ally, gender, side. You know, he has a bad combination of those things for world boss, and then he just doesn't have enough for PvP to justify it off the bat. And he doesn't seem like he can compete with Sharon Rogers. Another thing to note, if you're trying to unlock Star-Lord's second potential and you're not finding him in the list of characters, or you're just not able to get potential when you run him through World Boss, remember that his gears have to be 25. When you go to the page, if you don't see those 2 buttons, second potential realization ticket and search for second potential, if you don't see these buttons, then you've done something wrong. Because if you see the button that says gear, then that means that you need to upgrade the character's gears first. So just remember that you have to have his gears at 25 before you can search for his second potential. I'm gonna use a second potential ticket on him because I'm not tired. Like, I'm tired of waiting. I don't want to wait 2 more days for this. And also, I'm just not, like I said, I'm not impressed with him at level 70. So I'm really hoping that at level 80 he blows my socks off. This is what I'm hoping for, and I'll take him into GBR. I tried him out in GBR. It took him about 3 minutes to solo, which I thought was really bad, considering he has a rage and considering I have 25% pierce. So yeah, 3 minutes to deal 1 billion damage with type advantage, I think is not very good. I could be wrong about that, though. I can't remember exactly how fast Venom was, and sort of at the time of his release, Venom was kind of an impressive character for GBR because he didn't need to be tier 4 to do a quote-unquote good job in GBR. So now we have him here at level 80. Like, I can see from his stats, he has decent defenses, to be honest, for a level 80, but his HP is still pretty low at only 84,000 with 62,000 energy attacks. So like, his stats are not even that high. Like, if you go ahead and compare him to Cyclops, Cyclops has almost as much HP despite the fact that he's level 70, right? So yeah, I'm just not too impressed. If you see it, take a look here, compare him to Sharon Rogers. This is a really good comparison. He does have a little bit more attack, he does have more defenses, and he does actually have a little bit more HP. So it seems like he has higher base stats than Sharon Rogers in general, and we know that he has more buffs than Sharon, right? Like, Sharon doesn't have guaranteed dodge, etc., etc. So he does have more buffs than her, and he does have slightly higher base stats. All right, let's check this out. We're jumping to a much higher stage of Null now, 79. This is an alien stage that I had previously cleared with Thor. So let's see. I think I used tier 4 Thor, but I think tier 3 Thor can also clear this. Let's see how Star-Lord does. Pretty good so far. We're using double support here with both Valkyrie and Ebony Maw. And then, of course, we're using Star-Lord's own leadership and then a bunch of damage strikers. So we go ahead and dodge that first cage. Very nice. We're already at the second cage. I think this is more impressive. We're going to get stunned here by the cage. That's fine. I think this is more impressive. The fact that a level 80 Star-Lord can just roll up and clear this stage and potentially has more tankiness than Thor at level 80 because he has the heal plus the ignore plus the guaranteed dodge, whereas Thor doesn't have the guaranteed dodge. I think that's quite nice. Oh, come on. Get through, dude. Jesus. All right, so 50-second phase 1. This is a lot more impressive. 50-second phase 1. Okay, that was unfortunate positioning there. Let's see how much damage we do. 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5 bars. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Can we... No, eh? Cannot dodge the spike phase. That's okay. We're pretty close, though. We're pretty close. Confident he can clear this content here. All right. Nice. It's going to be tough to compare him to Thor because I know a lot of people get Thor for the farming, not necessarily for the world boss stuff, but it is something to consider since they both intersect here, at least on this alien stage. I haven't done the math yet. I haven't figured out exactly how many stages Star-Lord is available for versus Thor. I imagine it's a little bit less because I think there are more universal stages than there are just raw blast stages. I think we're, again, not going to be able to dodge the spike phase. I don't want to risk it and have him die. So we're just going to play it a little safe here. We're going to do a really quick wraparound so we can keep him here. We don't want him moving because we're going to go into the dragon phase next. Nice. Okay. Rocking and rolling. Oh, did I not press the third skill? My bad. Okay, this is pretty good. So it looks like the level 70 to 80 bump allowed him to go up, what is that, 45 stages? From 34 to 79, right? So he goes up 45 stages, and he does it in about the same time. That's pretty nice. I'm not going to lie. And it's, like I said, he's very proc-friendly, very easy to play, very smooth to play, and tanky enough, right? That's the thing. A lot of characters are easy to play, fun to play, but then they're not tanky. Or they're tanky, but they're not that fun to play. Star-Lord does combine the best of both worlds. We're probably not gonna... Yeah, no. You cannot tank that. So I kind of wasted some damage there. That's okay. I'm a lot happier with this performance right here. But let's go ahead and take him to another stage here. Mephisto is actually the one that has both the Weapon Master and the Command. You can see there, Command on 85. I don't think Star-Lord can do this stage. I think this is too high for him, and this is like a tier 4 thing. But let's go ahead and check it out. Based on the available characters for the team and for the strikers, Command might be the worst ability possible because you can see the team here. We're using Captain America for the team bonus, and Star-Lord's dead. Okay, yeah, I was pretty sure he was gonna die eventually. I didn't think it was gonna be the very first rotation. Let's try this again and see. Maybe we just got unlucky with some stuff. Okay. Pop off the tier 3. Okay. He's just standing there, which is nice. Very thoughtful and polite of him. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Here we have access to a lot more buffs, so we're going to use Taskmaster and Mystique, as well as a fire resist striker. So this is a much better option for him. I'm much more confident in his ability to at least survive to the second phase, but we'll have to wait and see. We might be a little optimistic on this. One thing I really like about Star-Lord is his AoE. I actually just noticed this. He has good enough targeting on his skills to where he turns around if the boss moves a little bit, but he also just has... Wow, I took a lot of damage. He also just has good enough AoE to where he... I'm going to die. I'm just going to straight up die. There was like lag as well, which was super weird. I cannot get hit by anything or I will die. Okay. Let's see if we can push him to the next phase. I kind of don't think we can, but hey. Gonna have to use the co-op skill here to dodge a bunch of damage, but I'm pretty sure I'm dead anyways. Okay, next phase. Okay, so we're in the next phase. So damage-wise, he absolutely has what it takes. It's just that he can't tank. So all that talk about how tanky he was, it's definitely not going to happen at tier 3. At tier 3 level 80, it's definitely not going to happen. That kind of sucks. Definitely tankier than some other blast types, but he also has some things that are missing. So Storm has a dash on her first skill, which I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating it, but it does actually matter. And then Professor X literally has a V-pad skill, so you can move away from those attacks. Star-Lord doesn't have either of those things. So, and because the fourth skill, remember I said the fourth skill is the one that you're finishing your combo on, that one has a long, very long animation. So you have to break the animation with 1 or 2 to then run away from the boss, which takes a lot more practice, takes a lot more awareness of the fight and what the boss is doing. And that probably explains why his tier 4 has a heal. I'm guessing the devs practiced with him and they were dying and they were like, oh no, we need to add a heal. Which doesn't necessarily bode well for the character, because maybe he's just a PvE hero that they gave a crazy heal to because he was dying otherwise. I don't know why they just didn't make him tankier, but it's the first Blast tier 4 that has a heal, right? We have, Moon Knight has a heal. We have a couple of other tier 4s that have a heal, but we don't have any Blast types that have a heal on their tier 4. So that's worth something, but I don't know if it's worth tier 4 for me, at least. So I don't know. Right now I'm leaning towards not tier 4ing Star-Lord, but I'd love to hear what you think down below in the comments, and I'd love to hear what you'd want to see next out of him before we maybe wrap it up or advance him to the next level. Thanks so much for watching. Smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.